hypothetically, if Philly loses tomorrow, when you look back at them letting Jimmy Butler go, how much of a mistake do you think that would be on Philly? And who should
Oh
be
yeah,
paying for that?
we yeah, that's a huge mistake. It's not just that's just a regular mistake. A huge mistake. A huge mistake. A big mistake.
Who
Big.
pays for it?
Whoever the I don't know if the owner didn't want to pay him, or if it comes down to the general manager. Uh, somebody got to pay for it. I don't know the inner workings of the Philadelphia 76ers, but if it's the general manager who has autonomy over the team and the owner's actually staying out of it, like he's running the team basically, or the president of basketball operations. But I mean, ultimately falls on the general manager right there, man, the GM. I think it was.
I'm
I
gonna
want
be
to say
honest,
Elton.
because I can remember when this thing happened, and I had said that it was the immaturity of Joel Embiid that made Jimmy Butler refuse to
Yeah.
want to stay. It was Joel Embiid was the problem, and of course, Daryl Morey wasn't going to pull that trigger because Embiid was their guy. Jimmy Butler was just coming off of the friction with the team in Minnesota. When I
Mm-hmm.
said that it was that immaturity of Joel that was the reason Jimmy really left. Because Jimmy don't play them childish games.
Nah, I
If
mean, he's
Philly,
like I said, he's a
if Philly
workhorse, man.
loses, if Philly loses tomorrow, regardless of Joel winning the MVP, I would totally blame Joel Embiid for all of this. And I would have to get rid of Daryl Morey as the general manager. Joel is too good to get rid of him, but somebody would have to pay for this. And Daryl Morey allowed this to happen on his watch, I believe, a couple years. I think Daryl Morey was the GM
It could have been
when
Elton
Jimmy
Brand,
Butler.
I think. Was it? We got to
Was
look
it
that up.
Elton? Yeah,
It's probably
maybe.
Elton Brand.
Okay, so maybe he get a pass, but I'm really looking at MB being a culprit when you look at this thing in the big picture. Because if they would have kept Jimmy Butler, they may have been in the finals one of these years,
Mm-hmm.
without
Oh yeah,
doubt.
absolutely, man.
And if Doc Rivers lose another game 7 tomorrow, what are we saying about the 76ers if they lose to Boston tomorrow?
Uh I mean, you can't. You got to look at. There's a lot of different factors in there, like which team was supposed to win, which team is actually better. It depends on how you lose. If you get blown out like the Phoenix Suns, 25-point victory, then I'm gonna look at the coaching. That's the first thing. But if you lose by a couple of points and a stupid possession, let's say like what Jalen Brunson did, not
Right.
passing that ball out to um, who was the shooter out there? Oh yeah, Josh Hart, not passing it out to him. That's something. We don't got to blow the whole team up. It's just something that Jalen Brunson got to look at film and then just become better at. It was
So
just a mistake.
you'll give these guys some leeway. Cool.
Depending on like the margin of victory, man. If you fight it to the end and it just comes down to like a shot attempt, I wouldn't fire Doc Rivers. But if you lose by like 10, 15 points, then yeah, you gotta see what type of adjustments he actually makes. Game like in-game adjustments. Like it's like for the Boston Celtics. I don't know why they don't actually. A lot of teams don't run this, but Robert Williams is the center. He can actually come up and set the high screen for Jason Tatum. That would get Joel Embiid switched on to him, and he's dealing with that knee right now, that knee injury. That knee sprain. So it would force Joel Embiid to actually guard Tatum, and maybe they have to run a second person at him. So I mean, it's a lot of different things, but we'll see. We'll definitely be watching that game over there. And if, like I said, they get blown out, then yeah, Doc Rivers probably has to go. But if it's like a couple of points here and there, maybe add a piece here and there, see what the weaknesses are in the team.
I'm wondering what would happen if Boston loses, because now you're really talking about what are we doing with Jalen Brunson? I mean Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum Both of those guys, by being all NBA this season, they're both eligible for supermax contracts, which would equal up to about 613 million. I don't think Boston will wind up paying that much to keep both of those guys on, especially within the sample size they haven't won the chip. So it's just if they lose, I think that thing is getting broke up, no doubt. I
Well,
think you're
like I
right.
said
I think you're right
in the
about
beginning,
Philly.
in the beginning of the show, I say you need two high percentage one-on-one players if you're actually going to make any kind of noise. It can't just be one guy. I'm
Right.
surprised Jimmy Butler's actually doing it with like one guy, like just him being that guy, like that superstar player, and not another
Playoff
really.
Jimmy.
Yeah. So, but normally you need like two like max guys really to go far, in the playoffs. So if you get rid of one, I don't know who's gonna really replicate. I would definitely keep Tatum over Jalen Brown. But I don't know who will replicate the production that Jalen Brown can give you, or vice versa. Who on that team can actually do that? And
He's
not
the
just
real
about
leader. He's
yeah,
the
who's
real
that?
leader
Oh, Jalen Brown, right?
to me.
Tatum.
No. Jalen Brown, to me, is the real leader. Jason is the
Hmm.
best player, but look how short Jason comes up when the Celtics need it the most. That's why they're in this predicament now of a game 7 versus Philly. Same reason why they came up short versus Golden State. Jason Tatum
Yeah,
has come up short in the playoffs when they needed it the most. And on both ends of the court, Jalen has shown the leadership. But
yeah.
I don't think
I,
they would
I
part
like I
ways with
like
Jason
I
Tatum
like Tatum's skill set better than Jalen Brown though.
he's more consistent to me
Hmm.
overall.